voice in the wilderness here on this whole Obama is land-slidable business. I was a voice in the wilderness among Steelers fans on Sunday versus the Tebows. I was right about that, and if the election were today, it would be a landslide loss. Well, let me define landslide. 5 or 7 points. It'd be big. It would be huge. These people that are doing the polling have no idea of the voter enthusiasm in the anti-Obama ranks out there. No idea whatsoever. They think that you are getting dispirited. They think that the Republican primary fight is boring you and depressing you, and they think a lot of you can be inspired to sit home and not vote because you don't have prayer. You don't think they think they can create that mindset in you. That's what they're banking on. I happen to know that isn't going to work. Way too many people who love this country way too much. That isn't going to happen. Now let's go to the phones. People, as always, patiently waiting. Starting in Portland, Oregon, this is Sarah. Great to have you on the EIB network. Hi. Sarah, hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Are you there?
Hello?
This is not Sarah. Let's move on to somebody.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you are Sarah?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I'm sorry, I was on the phone, on my cell phone with my son. But, okay, I'm off the phone with him, and I'm with you.
Well, how did you know I was trying to get to you if you're on the phone with your son?
Well, because I had the other phone up to my ear, too, but it was a little bit further away from my ear.
Oh, so you're using 2 phones at the same time.
Well, yeah, pretty nifty.
That's how important your son is to you. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, he is. And he's a Rush baby,
yeah,
25.
I totally understand that, too.
But I got to tell you, we disagree with you on a few things.
You and your son?
Pardon me?
You and your son disagree with me?
Yes.
Okay.
And, Rush, I want to bring this to your attention right off the bat.
Okay.
He was with some friends this weekend watching a game, and one of the guys started to ask him about what he thought of Ron Paul.
Yeah.
And my son goes, oh, no, not this again. And then what it turned out was all of them are supporting him. Some have left the Democrat Party, and they're in the Republican Party now. And I'm bringing this to the attention of you and whoever else wants to pay attention to it, because this is serious. We believe and seriously believe that he is the only one who's proposing real cuts, and not wanting to start another war does not make him an isolationist. He's the one who believes in free trade. And, all the other candidates, I'm sorry to say, whether it's Newt or Mitt, and I know you're right about Mitt, they want him to go up against Obama because they know he won't win. But neither will any of those other guys.
Including
if one of them does,
Ron Paul. I mean, of all the people on our side who have the least chance.
Well, that's where you're wrong. There are Democrats who like him. There's independents who like him, and there's Republicans. You can't say that about any other candidate.
He doesn't have enough Republicans to secure
Well, that's because people like you
victory.
Keep saying ridiculous things about him that aren't true.
Like
calling him an isolationist.
I don't think I ever have called him an isolationist. I think you're reading from a script. I've never called him an isolationist. Let me ask you a question.
Have.
No, I haven't.
You have.
I don't. The word it's not at the forefront of my lexicon. I don't.
Okay.
I don't use it because it doesn't say enough.
Say other things about him that aren't true.
Like what? Do you think 9/11 was America's fault? Ron Paul does.
No, he's not saying that. You know what?
Does.
I understand what he's talking about. When I first heard that, I felt the same way you did. I got that knee-jerk reaction.
It's not knee-jerk.
We are so mixed up with the Middle East everywhere over there.
Right.
And that is what he's talking about. People. How
you think the Iranians? You think the Iranians should get a nuclear weapon to protect themselves against us?
Why? How would you like it if they were some other country was invading us all the time?
Well, it's, you know...
We wouldn't like it. We would not like it.
Well, a country isn't, but an idea is. And Ron Paul doesn't think it's a problem.
Doesn't think what's the problem?
The idea that is trying to wipe us out.
That's not true at all.
Militant Islam. He's content for them to get nuclear weapons.
No, see, there you go. You're saying things that
I'm just telling you what he says.
Onto his website.
I'm just telling you what he says.
Do you know what my friend from Cuba says? That when that Patriot Act was passed,
all right,
I was for that. And he said, no, that is not good. And he's
now you're going to quote a
I think he understands what's going on here. We're losing our civil liberties. And nobody seems to understand that.
Come on, you're not. Your son's not a Rush baby. You're a liberal Democrat. You want Paul. You're trying to sabotage us.